We are taking a look at some of our top prospects here in 2027. First off, we are starting with Marco Silva, one of the more promising prospects we've drafted, traded for, or however we required. One of our best prospects we've had in our system. A left-handed pitcher out of Kansas State. He was the 7th overall pick in 2026, a season ago. He was the number one MLB prospect pre-draft, the number one projected pick, but fell to us at 7 for whatever reason. He comes in as the number 20 prospect in all of Major League Baseball and is our number 4 overall prospect, obviously behind the likes of Bud Leonard to start the season, the likes of all Rafael Parra, all the other pitchers, J.J. Rose, things like that, all the other pitchers we have in such a stacked farm system, and we think that he could potentially be the best one of the bunch, which is crazy. He's a left-handed pitcher, which we've had a good mix of righties or lefties. Usually that's one thing that teams struggle with, is getting a really good dominant lefty, but we have him, we have Rose, I believe Parra is also a left-handed pitcher, so we have some really, really good lefties in our system. He flirts with a triple-digit fastball, which is probably his best pitch. Also a slider that is super filthy. Adds in a changeup as well, and you have a guy that has a couple different pitches that can really, really burn you. And he uses them all well, and had used them all in this game. Bullying kids early in this first outing we've seen from him. Started him off in Double-A. We do with all of our pitching, especially pitching can be so finicky. If they progress and go forward, then fine. But we're going to start them off in Double-A. Let them kind of roll against some hitters professionally first before they go up and face the big league guys. He seems to advance for Double-A, though. We will get into the rest of his start, but at the time, he was just, again, dominating people early. Just it seemed too advanced for this level, and we kind of knew that going in. He did give up some hits in the later innings. Obviously, his first career start is what it is. But that triple-digit fastball on top of that slider that breaks so much, and then he can take almost 20 miles off that changeup as his 3 primary pitches. It's going to play everywhere. In this start, he ended up taking the loss. He went 6 2/3. He up 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Did not walk anybody, and did strike out 7. So an incredible performance for Marco Silva. Obviously, huge plans for him in our future. Kind of in the just don't murder anybody, and that's how you make it to the big leagues. You can see him this year potentially. If we give him a year to develop, he is 23, so he is a little bit farther along. A guy that, hey, maybe we don't give him an extension all the way through. By the time he's 30, 31, that's when he's sitting free agency. Maybe we don't want to pay him because we have everybody else. Definitely a guy, and that's way too early thinking about stuff like that. But a guy is going to be in Colorado for years and years and years to come, and a guy that's going to help us win. I 100% believe it. So that is what we have on Marco Garcia. So stay tuned for him. Be on the lookout for him. He could be coming to Colorado in the near future. Brings us to David Howard, one of those mid-late, third-round pick from last season as well, and a guy that we hit on. We did not know how good he was going to be. Kind of threw a flyer on him, and he has been fantastic for us so far. Some things to know about David, a left fielder who can play the outfield, also can play first base, has speed for the outfield, but fielding isn't really his strong suit. But, again, if he's playing first base, if he's playing a corner outfield, if he's doing what he can do with his bat, which we'll get to in a second, it's not the end of the world. We needed more bats in this system, and he is a bat in our system. He is our number 8 prospect heading into the season. Immense power. That is his calling card. At just 5'7", though, he has some pop, and you'll see it on display in this series that we are going to be seeing here today. Mashes against lefties, especially, again, as a right-handed power hitter. Lefties, nightmares for them when he comes up to the box. He needs work against right-handed pitching, as you would assume, but isn't awful. At just age 21 in his first season, Did a few years in school, but at age 21 we got him, and he could be in Colorado. It won't. I don't think it might. I don't think it's going to take him until he's 28 to get here. That's what I'm trying to say. He's a good athlete. Again, you would think a guy with his profile is lumbering. No, he's a power speed threat. He can take some bases. He can patrol the outfield if we let him go do it. And that gives me more hope that he can improve as a fielder and do what he needs to do in the field. To be a more than just a bench bat or more than just a spot starter and someone that can maybe compete for a DH spot or a first base spot or a corner outfield spot potentially. High K, low walk could limit him, but the BOP is just too good. Again, high strikeout potential, low walk potential, which is weird. Usually you see the high strikeout, high walk, but he doesn't walk that much. He does get a good amount of hits, but it could limit him. It could limit him. It could make him be that. Bring him off the bench, let him go try to sock a dinger, and just the power is too good to try to give up on. Play outfield and first base, like I said, athletic enough to play the outfield. If glove doesn't develop, has enough power for first base. So it's kind of a win-win situation. If he develops the fielding, throw him out in the outfield, let him run around, that could help. But if he throw it at first base, and I've talked before on not limiting player archetypes positions, but he does have a power profile that could play in at first base. He didn't start until really I got here. He was kind of just getting his starting role. So if he was a qualified hitter in the league, he'd be up near the top of a lot of offensive categories in terms of batting average, slugging, OPS, home runs even, as he belts one right here. Swing is dangerous at 6 RBI game 2, and he ends up hitting 2 here in game 3. Destroyed mistakes all series. Overall for him in this series, 5 for 10 in the games I saw. 5 for 10, 4 runs, 8 RBI, a walk, a double, 3 home runs. Did strike out once and had 2 outfield assists. So again, how does he get to Colorado? What does his path look like? Again, our outfield is pretty condensed. We have Bean out there. We still have guys like Beck. Still have guys like Raphael who can play the outfield. Still have guys like Montgomery that's trying to get a chance. So if he hits, he's going. That's the one thing we haven't got from our outfield is hitting. If he hits, he will rise and jump over those guys 100%. So that will do it here for our prospect report here in Hartford for both games. What did you between the two guys? Who do you think ends up having a longer career? Obviously, Garcia is going to be the answer, I would assume, for most. But how does David Howard? Do you think David Howard has enough to get over guys like Montgomery, guys like Sterling Thompson is mostly in the outfield, guys like Rafaela? Let me know below, and we'll hopefully see these guys in Colorado pretty soon.